Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys every single book that I read in 2021. Let's get started! So, 2021 has been a pretty successful book reading year for me. I completed my goal. My goal was 30 books. I know that seems like not a lot because lots of the people's goals are like 100 books or something, but like I'm not exactly a fast reader. And my goal was 30 books and I read 41 in total, which I'm feeling proud of myself. For 2022, I'm not going to have a goal because in 2021 I felt a bit pressured to, I gotta finish my goal, I gotta read. That pressure made me not enjoy a couple books as much as I could have if I didn't have a goal. So I'm gonna have no goal for 2022 and just read to enjoy, which I encourage everybody else to do as well. Unless you do need a goal because you can like never read, but I already read a lot and I'm gonna be reading even without a goal to motivate. Anyways, let's begin. So as you can see, this whole bookshelf, most of these are the books that I read this year. So today I think this bookshelf is gonna look very empty after I take out almost every book. Anyways, let's begin. So first we're going to begin with January. In January in total I read 2 books, which honestly isn't a lot, but they were very long and kind of put me in a slump. But anyways, the books that I read in January were Throne of Glass, which is book 1 of the Throne of Glass series, and I gave this book 4 stars, and Crown of Midnight, which is the second book from the series, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 as well. Next, the 2 books I finished in February were Gear of Fire, the 3rd book. I began this in January but finished it in February, and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And my ratings for these books were 3 stars and 4 stars. Next, I read the rest of this series, but no, not in a single month of course. In March, I finished Queen of Shadows and gave it 5 stars. But honestly, I think I'd lower my rating to like 4.5. April, I finished Empire of Storms and I gave it a 3, almost 4 stars. Next, in May, I read Tower of Dawn and I gave this a 2 stars. It was so painfully slow. In June, I read Kingdom of Ash and I gave this 4 stars. And that is the whole Throne of Glass series that I read. It took me like half the year to finish it. So the world building, amazing. The character building, amazing. But like, it's so painfully slow. It just drags on incredibly slow. I honestly, there are fantasy books that are better, so I don't really recommend reading them that much, even though I don't regret reading them because it feels like I had a whole other lifetime in there and I can just relate to the characters, but like, it's very slow. Yeah, so the first half of the year, I barely read any books, but the second half is where things go high and how I managed to get to over 40 books. So in July, I read Twilight and I loved it so much. Definitely a 5 star. Lots of people say that they don't like this and then lots of people say that they do. I'm definitely on the side that says, yes, read this. And also in July, I read We Were Liars. So a lot of people either really hate this book or really love this book. Honestly, I'm kind of in between. Like, I just feel neutral about this book. This is like a 4, almost 4 stars. Now, August is where things go much higher. Yep, I read 7 books. The first book that I read was The Maze Runner, which I gave almost 4. Yeah, I feel like it's for audiences that are a bit younger than me. And next, I read Cinderella is Dead, which I gave 3 stars. It was honestly extremely overrated, but I heard still a lot of people liked it, so maybe you'll like it. Personally, I didn't like it that much. I mean, the one thing that I loved in this book was Constance. Next, I read New Moon, which I hated. Because oh, I should probably bleep that out. No spoilers. And I rated it 3 stars. Next, I read Eclipse, which is much better than the last book. And I rated this 5 stars as well. Next, I read a very popular Red Queen, extremely overrated as well. It was super slow, and I feel like me and the writing style, we did not match up. This book was not for me, so this was a 3 stars. And even worse was the second book, which was so slow, 2 stars. And the last book I read in August was The Cruel Prince, which was of course a 5 stars. Ugh, finally something nice after those bad reads. September was a pretty good month as well, with 7 books as well. So first I read The Wicked King, which is book 2 to the Cruel Prince series, and obviously 5 stars. Next I read The Queen of Nothing, which is book 3 of The Cruel Prince, and obviously 5 stars. Next I read Heartless, which is easily one of my very favorite reads of this year and probably ever. So yeah, this is 100 billion yes %. 5 stars. Read this right now. And a not so good read, the bad read of the month, The Nature of Witches, which only gave 3 stars. It was just kind of boring. Like nothing was really happening. It was like 0% plots and 100% character driven, which I did not really like. I like plots. And plus Clara was kind of annoying. Next we have These Hollow Vows, which I rated 4 stars. Next we have Defy the Nights. Lots of people love this, but honestly, I'm one of those people that did not like this. It was just not for me. It was a 3 stars. And last book I read in September was Lake's Edge. So if you watch some of my other bookish videos, then you would already know that I loved this book, and when I read it, I rated it 5 stars, but now I think I'm gonna lower my rating a bit to make it almost 5 stars. Anyways, moving on to the next month, October. And as you can see, October was a pretty good month as well. I read 6 books that month. The first one being Instructions for Dancing, which I give almost 5 stars. I love this book, it was so cute. Next, we have Breaking Dawn, the last book of Twilight, and this was also a 5 stars. Basically every book in Twilight besides New Moon is a 5 stars. Next, we have The Bone Witch. I heard very many good things about this, and I was really excited to read this for spooky season, but like it was fine, but it was like very like there's no plot at all. It was just like boring kind of. So this was 3 stars, and I did not finish. I DNF'd this book, and I read like 2/3 of this book though. So, and a better read is Anna and the French Kiss, which I loved so much, and this is a 5 stars. This book was just amazing. I want to reread it right now. It's just amazing. Such cute romance in Paris, and the friendship, the atmosphere, everything was amazing in this book. Next, we have A Deadly Education, which was about 4 stars. No, actually a bit less, like almost 4 stars. It was pretty good. When people say they hate this book, I didn't hate it. I liked it, I guess. It's not the best, but it's fine. And the last book that I read in October was Kingdom of the Wicked, which is honestly very overrated, but I still give it 4 stars because it's still good. But still, people, TikTok, book talk, why do you guys keep on overrating books so much? Just say what you actually mean about them. Those were all the books from October. Moving on to November. Okay, so the first book I read in November was so extremely horrible that it is right now in my closet because I want it out of my sight. So let me go quickly grab it. This book, The Woods Are Always Watching. I hate this book with a burning passion. I hate it. Don't read it. Even if you own this book and you still haven't read it, just trust me, don't read it. Return it where you got it from. It's awful, not worth it, not worth it at all. Such a waste of time. I hated this book. Nope. Next, we have Wilder Girls. So usually people either, again, really love this book or really hate this book. I was kind of in between, again. So I gave this book almost 4 stars. And next we have All the Stars in Tea. Look at this jam cover. Isn't it stunning? This is probably one of my favorite covers from all the books I own. It's just stunning. I could spend so long, and I already have spent a long time just staring at this magnificent cover. Unfortunately, the book was not as great as the cover, in my opinion. Lots of people loved it, but I feel like it was a really great book. The world building, amazing. Character building, amazing. Basically, everything was pretty good, except I feel like me and the writing style, again, didn't really connect. I feel like the writing style, it wasn't really for me. So I feel like lots of other people would love this though. Next, a 5-star is Gilded. Yes, 5 stars. Another amazing read by Marissa Mayer, who is already my favorite author, even though I only read 2 books from her, which is Heartless and Gilded. But I'm thinking of getting more of her books soon, which I'm really excited to do. So yeah, Gilded was amazing. I love Marissa Mayer's retellings so much. Amazing, pure amazingness. So yeah, you should definitely read this. By the way guys, I'm such a Marissa Mayer fan that I have a poster in my room. As you can see, the poster of Marissa Mayer's characters from different books. Continuing on, the last book that I read in November was A Rush of Wings. This book was pretty good. It was a retelling and I give it a 4 stars. Now, the last month. December! So obviously, this month was filled with holiday-themed books. Holiday books for the holiday season. And in December, I read all of these 5 books. 6 books. Yeah, so as you can see, they were kind of thin, but nevertheless, they were amazing. So first, I read Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, which is really good. I gave it a 4.5 stars. Next, we have The 12 Days of Dash and Lily, which is also really good. And I gave it a 4 stars. Next, we have The Lightning Thief, Percy Jackson, and I give this 4.5 stars. Next, Mind the Gap, Dash and Lily, 5 out of 5. This is my favorite book from the whole Dash and Lily series, and this is also the last book of the Dash and Lily series. I love this book. And Dash and Lily, they're just so freaking cute. Next, we have The Holiday Switch, which I actually talked a lot about in my last couple of videos. But yeah, and I give this book a 4 out of 5. And now, the last book I read in December, and this whole year, I ended off on a very good note. And it was How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories. So this is like a novella kind of thing to the Cruel Prince series. It's like, you don't have to read this after you finish, but you can. It's like filled with short stories about Carden. But yeah, I love this a lot. It obviously took me really fast to finish it since it's short and it has just like short stories. And with pictures. I haven't read a book with pictures in so long. And those were all the books I read in 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed, and maybe this video even helped you pick out some reads that you could maybe read some of these books in your 2022. So thank you guys so much for watching. Also, if you're curious, the book that I'm currently reading is One of Us is Lying. So today, as I am filming this, it is December 31st. New Year's Eve. Tomorrow is New Year's. It's gonna be 2022, but as you're watching this, obviously it's already 2022. How does it feel, guys? How does it feel to be new here? Pretty the same thing, right? Yeah, probably the same. But anyways, so yeah, the book that I'm currently reading is One of Us is Lying, and I didn't add that as part of the things that I read because I didn't finish it yet. I'm most likely gonna finish it in January already, so then that will be the first book that I finish in January. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much! And not to miss out for my future uploads, you can subscribe down below since only a small percentage of viewers who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So yeah, see you guys next time. Happy New Year! Bye! Damn, this is gonna take a long time to put back on my shelves. Look at my shelves right now. This is the after party. And more books on my bed. Basically books all over my room. Wish me luck.